Hi, Virgo. Okay, so I was pulling your cards when we get to the section of what's in your brain. And I was like, what's in that big, beautiful brain of Virgo? And I guess I wanted you to be, like, here with me. So there must be some kind of connection that's important. Right, something about being understood. Oh, awesome. This is what's going on emotionally. Oh, good. Good energy. Okay. Let's pick a few more cards. Why don't you take a big breath if you want. You know, all earth energy needs air, right? Especially if you have a lot of Virgo. Breathing is one of your ways to settle yourself. Oh, maybe that's all we need for now. Yeah, eight of Wands. This is actually the first deck that I ever received. Oh, Eight of Swords in reverse. We'll take that. No longer needing to, like, overthink something, right? Good. Let's see where you are, Virgo. Welcome to the space, by the way. Oh, the Lovers. How beautiful. So, right now, well, there's some good love and energy. If we're going to take Lovers as what it is. I heard this is some solid partnerships. Could be the beginning of something too. If there aren't any decisions to be made in this month, I feel like they can be independently, like where it just takes you. And then, excuse me. And also, I would assume any decisions made in this time, there could be decisions having to do with other people too. Like, conversations could happen, kind of like what we did there, right? Like, I was going to pick it all by myself, what they were, but I wanted you to be here to be able to, like, have that sort of happen. Do you know what I mean? There's something about someone's favorite bird, too, or like a bird song. Maybe someone's a really good singer. Let's see where you've been. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good, Virgo. So, okay, this is interesting, but this year particularly, in November season, this is a karmic adjustment time. I'm taking this as good karma for you, Virgo. Good. I feel like you're putting your money in the right places. Things have been put in the right places. I see some bills being paid. I see some, maybe something contractual in some kind of way. Like, I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles almost as like a finalization. Not the end of something, but the finalization meaning like you get the green light. At least something gets rolling. And I heard that's due to your good efforts. Let's see mentally what's happening. Two of Wands. Aries had that energy too, that planning energy. Okay, and the Devil. You know what though? Mentally, look what's happening here. Libra talked about this too. It's very interesting. This is your neighbor. The Devil was also in their reading. So maybe you and them are like, got some shadow energy around you. I don't know. It could just be fear. If it's other people, if it's not your energy, then I see it's very easy for you to be like, doesn't bother me. And actually, because you're neighbors, I feel like the message is similar. They had something where it's like, devil, don't bother me. Or like, devil, you can't come near me. And it's like a boundary. Good. Oh, okay, so mentally, sometimes mentally, right, what am I seeing? Well, I was going to kind of make this like a generalization. Let's see. Oh, the Sun and the Six of Cups just came out. So again, another emphasis of positive relationships and also feeling very positive, feeling loving. I feel like someone's not going to allow anything, to get in the way of what they're building. Interesting. Oh, speaking of hard work, before this reading, I had a full day. I had a full day yesterday. I had a full day today, like extra full, where I was like, all right, I'm, by like 3 o'clock, I was like, whoof, I'm pretty tuckered. Like I could feel it in my head. I could feel it like just in my energy, in my body. And then I gave myself like, I don't even know, maybe like a 20-minute, 15-minute prayer time. Like I just got quiet, and didn't talk and listened to the birds and took some breaths and walked around slowly. And so I need you to know that you have this power of rejuvenation. It's a lot stronger than you think. But I also knew what I needed to do. Like I wanted, for instance, to do your reading. I felt like it was your reading. I felt like it's the day. This time of day is a good day. But for instance, I knew that after this reading, for instance, I'm done for the day. You know what I mean? Like, yep, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. It's like, no, I want to go. I want to go be comfy. Like I want to put my comfy clothes on. I want to, connect with the people that I love. I want to give some attention towards my actual home where I live and reside right now. Things like that. So just knowing, right, like I heard the replenishment of something. And then I saw this for some of you as something that could be a little financial also. But I don't want you afraid of money or like afraid of something. Don't put fear into your plans. Okay? Fear cannot actually enter your plans if you don't give it attention. Okay? But I did hear that some of you have to play by the rule book. Like you wouldn't want to cut corners with your planning, if that makes sense. Like if there's a shortcut, that's I heard efficiency is different than a shortcut, right? If you're cutting corners, what does that mean? Instead of it being being a square, you're cutting the corners. Those corners are very important. Those are the cornerstones of the house, right? It's the cornerstones of it. That's really important. So so I guess something may take, I don't know if something necessarily takes longer. In a couple signs, this I don't know what this is collectively. I guess we're just learning, after all this time, that some of the plans that we have had, Aries talked about this, I think Libra talked about this. It's like some of your plans that you want to achieve actually have a lot to do with other people. So who are those other people in your life? And maybe for some of you, you want to, if you're a person that's like super hermiting, please, I heard please don't block other people from, that are on the same team, that want the same things like that. If, for instance, something I heard is trying to spoil your plans, and then I saw someone spitting on a birthday cake, weird, then maybe there's some kind of protection or like boundaries that are needed around letting people know exactly what your plans are. This isn't secrecy. It's just like, in Stoicism, actually, that's one of their rules in Stoicism, is that you when someone asks, like, how's work going? Be like, it's going really well. It's going well. How's family going? Going good. Like not telling everybody all of the plans exactly, because, well, not everybody has our best interest. Or you don't know. You know what I mean? That's interesting. That's an interesting message. See, and that's interesting because we're talking about trusting other people in the plan, but then also knowing like who to trust. So it's a little tricky there for some. But I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. It's like, because again, this two of Cups isn't paying attention to whatever this Seven of Wands, however this energy is trying to, like, because this is almost like, it looks like interference, and the Devil's kind of like interference too. So again, maybe there's something that feels, it's interesting. It doesn't feel like it's slowing it down. How do I explain it? Well, I heard keep on track. Let's actually see what your challenge is, Virgo. Five of Wands. Okay, so working with other people. Well, I saw the words long term. Let's see what your next step is. That'll help. Emperor. Do you remember you had this old reading called Holy Determination? Do you remember that? 11 minutes even. Do you remember that? Holy determination. A person was so gung-ho about something, they were like, no one was stopping you. I don't have my, well, I guess I'll take a note like this. We'll write it down for good. Holy, right? H-O-L-Y, determination. So, however you are determined and where that is, the decisions are sound, right? They're good decisions. They're not decisions just for you, but they're also decisions for, like, whatever you're connecting to. Then I feel like the holy part of this means that Spirit is actually helping. And you have four majors here, which goes back to the Emperor, which is showing me the next step is some kind of, like, there's authority with this card, right? There is, Emperor is fire. Here's this little Five of Wands. Emperor is never sweating Five of Wands. He's just like, go ahead, children, fight about that. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead, you over there, bicker about that. It's like, and actually, Emperor knows how to handle the Five of Wands anyway. If the Five of Wands happens to be something where it's like, well, this is kind of annoying. You know, Emperor's like, all right, well, oh, I see. Oh, it keeps going to the message. Look, see how Emperor's, like, looking over here? He's sitting in his throne. He's not reacting, like, brashly or anything. Excuse me, I was in the yard. I was checking out the rosemary plant. It's pretty powerful. It's always beautiful to have. The rosemary loves being by the, like, where there's water. It grows really good in the, that's why it grows good in the Mediterranean. So, anyway, Emperor's sitting in his throne, and he's observing the situation, and by observation of other people, he determines, like, okay, this guy ain't paying attention to nothing. This guy's trying, but he could do it better. This guy's super strong, and he actually has a lot of promise. Like, this is a good person on your team. This person is good, but they need a little direction, and this person is actually a really good leader, right? Like, they would be like, oh, that one would take a lot of initiative. I don't need to, like, tell this person what to do. So there's an observational quality to this time that's giving a person an indication to, like, what, again, they're supposed to connect to. I like that we just distinguished that so quickly by such a short observation also. It wasn't judgmental. Some of those things could change. Maybe it's just in that circumstance, like, okay, maybe that one's not that great at that, but maybe they'd be good at something else. You know, that's fine too. But at very least, in whatever you're working with, you got to know, right? It's like I saw someone trying to hire employees. And really, the best way to know someone is, like, by what they do, right? Who they hang around with. You know. Wow, look how blessed this is. The Star, the Nine of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. So some kind of wish comes true. I heard that is good for me and you. And the me and you actually expands further than that. Good. Good. We're having the right conversation here. Okay, and now here's the Empress. We have the Emperor and the Empress and the Lovers and the Justice card, which we didn't get to yet. So some of you, this is a very significant relationship also is playing a big role in this. Some of you could be married. If you are, that is totally your person. Whoever you're involved with and dedicated to. Let's see. Maybe some of you had like a vision in the past. You had some kind of vision or dream. Someone had a vision or a dream of something in the past, and it's almost like maybe now is getting closer to the time of it. There could be something about January, February also. I would say with some major, like, how do I explain it? Well, let's go back to this vision. Because I keep kind of seeing the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about, it's very Piscean, it's very creative energy. It's a person that can visualize like the big picture, right? And that's a really beautiful thing. Now, since you're so good at the details of things, right, you can use, well, that's a good question. How do you use your fine-tuned, detail-oriented self? Like, because I'm guessing because Virgo's so good at it, there's no way you could be good at it all the way across the board. Like, there are certain things in life where you're like, all right, I'm really good at, just pay attention there, because wherever it is that you're weak or wherever it is that you're not strong about that, someone else in your life is really good at that. The thing that you're not good at. But you're not bad at it. That's the thing. Someone isn't like unable. It's just okay, there's a difference between help and support. Do you remember this? We talked about this actually 1717. Oh, I love you, Zumi. We had a reading in February. I think it was February or late January, early February. And we did like a collective reading. Do you remember that? And we talked about the difference between help and support. And support is like, yeah, you're really good at that. And the support would be like, man, good job. Maybe for some of you, if you are a boss or if you are a part of a company or you're part of even a family, whatever it is, maybe part of the challenge is being like, good job today. I heard not to everybody, though, it would be to who deserves it, which is interesting, but we'll roll with the words that are coming out here. So, I heard someone just give a wholehearted compliment. There you go, sweetheart. We had this other reading when I was up in Tennessee. When I was in the Smoky Mountains. Is it the Smoky Mountains? Yeah. Anyway, it was this reading where it's just like, oh, Virgo, this place is so peaceful. Like, I think you're really gonna like it. I'm getting all tingly when I'm saying this. I don't remember what month that was. Maybe oh my God, that was November last year. That could be really helpful for you. I'm still tingly. It like won't stop. So interesting. Oh, with the Devil and the Five of Wands, some of you your energy's a little bit off. So just slow down when you're doing things. Before you're reading, I like got it kind of excited after I did that little zen, get my energy back up. And when I came back in the house, like my shirt got caught on the door handle. So maybe just take your time. And the challenge, I guess, could also be like, because this could be someone who's like, I can handle it. The King of Pentacles is with this too. Like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. But I feel like you might burn your body out. I'd also say if you're doing any physical exercise or like physicality is part of your work or whatever, I would say please stretch before you get into it. You'll have more energy. Also, remember, taking breaks actually gives a person more energy. What is that called? The Pomodoro technique, where it's like you do 20-25 minutes worth of work and then you take a 5-minute break and then you go back to it, much more productive. Now, if there are any problems or setbacks, I feel like that's not affecting you. Again, like whatever's on the outside, it's sort of like, well, all right, if I feel like a person's already kind of made a plan. And so maybe for some of you, you are meant to share your plans, but it would be with, well, I saw the word selective. Who talked about that? Pisces? Capricorn. Yeah, that's long-term plan, right? So anyway, how you're feeling? Golden. Justice and the King of Pentacles, both. This is both Venusian to me, so I feel a lot of love and security, especially around your relationships. If some of you, although I know a lot of Virgos, especially in this space, are like, I just want to be a hermit. Like, you know, I just want to be with my animals out in nature. You know, like, I'm so over relationships. If you are one of those Virgos, well, get ready, honey. That may be one of those things where someone said to themselves, like, oh, I'm done with that, or like, I'm never going to do that again, or like, I'm going to take, like, basically something got taken off the plate and was just like, nah, I'm not even interested in it. It seems like too much of a hassle. It may be one of those things where Spirit's like, sorry, here's your person. You know what I mean? Like, if you haven't found them yet. And if you have, well, then it's really beautiful. And there's 5 of Wands is nothing. 5 of Wands is like, this is like there's dishes in the sink. Do you know what I mean? No big deal. No big deal. Like someone's not blowing something out of proportion. No. 3 of Pentacles. There's a lot of practicality here. There's a lot of like clear-mindedness. And if for some reason you feel like where your brain gets stuck and say it sits more in this devil energy, this shadow energy, than it does in the 2 of Wands, in the Emperor, whatever, the Lovers, then please, well, remember your power of silence, Virgo. And that just rest, right? Rest. And what happens after that? What happens after you rest? Or even tell, like, speak what's on, you know, say what's on your heart. What happens? Dun da da da, back on the horsey. Dun da da da, problem solved. Dun da da da, problem solved. And I heard, don't allow any naysayers around you. Okay? Not that a difference of opinion could be helpful. You know, maybe someone's just like, hey, have you thought about that? Let's see, a card just fell out. Love that bird. I feel like most of you have looked at you're looking at the whole picture here. But again, if for some reason it just may be inspiring, you know, to communicate about what's going on. And, oh, there's the 3 of Wands. And so maybe the timeline around something is shifting a little bit. or at very least the perspective. And I actually feel like you have a really good attitude about it right now. Yes. And I guess you could go over, you know, one of the things that I find Capricorn's very good at, one of your trine energy, is kind of like, all right, well, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, absolutely beautiful. You know, one of their skills is kind of like, okay, well, it's kind of like there are no mistakes in art. But Capricorn will think ahead. I feel like you do too. Like, okay, well, if we go at it like this, and this is the timeline, then this is going to happen like this. If for some reason we hit this snag, you know, what's the alternative? But I feel like someone's really quick on their feet. And because you have so many majors, I feel like this is going back into a person's faith in something. And also I'm seeing like it's about learning through your relationships too, you know. And maybe there's just a bit of adjustment in that, because to me, Virgo's very independent. You know, most Virgos I know are very independent. You can be alone. You can do your own thing. You do all your own things. You know, like, it's no big deal. But then we work into Four of Wands. Like, again, this is other people and how that kind of... It's sort of like, I see someone, like, making a croissant. You know, it's like folding in these different parts, and it's really soft, and it smells so good. Yeah, star. Wow. You've worked really hard to get here, Virgo. Don't forget that. Because, you know, this is almost like romance and practical. It's like both the Libras, or both the, both the Venuses, Libra and Taurus, right? It's like this comfortable, both are comfortable, but like they look at it in different perspectives, you know, like they can look at it in different ways. And, again, please know that whatever you're not great at, there's somebody in your life that's good at it. And so just be aware of like where you're needing to maybe adjust a little bit, or like need help. And of course, if someone wants your help, well, you know, if they ask for it, remember, you will help them 1,000-fold. And yes. And if they don't, well, I heard do what you can. And then I heard people will be ready, things will be ready when they're meant to be, right? Like, try not to be in a rush about something, or like, let's see, what are you looking at, Virgo? Virgo's looking at King of Cups. Virgo's looking at Scorpio energy. So remember, this is Scorpio time, although your reading was very, very positive. It shows me good karma there. It is Scorpio time. Mars is in Scorpio. It's a little bit like go, go, go. And it's where it's good not to like rush or try to fight through anything, or push through anything, or combat anything. Even if that's a feeling, you know. And then I went back to that thing where, like, the stoicism about not sharing all of your plans with others because, well, maybe some people are jealous, or like, I don't know. It's not to be secretive. It's to be selective and maybe protective of what you're building. You know what I mean? Like, you don't tell a person that you're going to write a book, you know, that you're writing a book before you write the book. It's like, write the book. Then you can tell everybody about it. Do you know what I mean? right? I'm not going to, it's not, I'm going to open up a business. It's like, no, business, yeah, my business is open. Where is it? It's here. What's the number? It's this. How much do you charge? It's that. Like, it's where all the details are already in place. There's no, about it, you know? Awesome, Libra and strength. There's a lot of strength in your relationships right now. And remember yours within that too. I heard the things that you are not good at for some reason, or whatever this is, like that is, I heard that is not a weakness of you. That actually shows your intelligence, right? Alrighty then. I love you, Virgo. I'm really hungry and I gotta go. Trust yourself. If some of you do, whoever your partner is, whoever's like really your one-on-one relationships, there's somebody that's also very, very psychic in that. Your dreams also, maybe this goes back to that vision. There could be some kind of like dream or vision that like helps you to see something, or maybe there's a little bit of adjustment that's needed in relation to the vision. Like if you are the one that gets visions, it may be where like the vision isn't so literal, and that might be, I'm seeing where someone like tells someone else their dream and then it makes more sense. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if you have been, if there's any residual energy with that devil showing up, I feel like you're shaking that out. And if you're curious, please go to Pisces. That's your opposite energy. I love you so much. And thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. I hope this was of service. Peace out.